You guys aren't gonna believe me on this. 225 bucks. It was a steal. How's it going, YouTube? Nick Novak back for another video on the HSR. I'm glad you guys are here. Got a couple things in store today. It's Sunday. I'm gonna try to get this video posted tonight, so you should have it today. It's a very windy day out, but things still need to get done on the ranch. I've done all the chores since we've gotten home from church. But what I'm gonna do today is, we have a couple cold mornings and nights coming up ahead, and I need to clean out the bottle calves. Chemical totes are getting kind of dirty. So we're gonna wash those out, rebed them, so they should be good for a couple of days. I've been trying to get those cleaned at least once a week. It probably needs to be done every 5 days, but that's what we're gonna do. First thing I'm doing here, the wind is blowing so hard that it's blowing everything open, as you can see. So I'm gonna try to get that under control. I put a couple pieces of hedge post there, so that should do the trick, at least for a while anyways. So now we'll run over here, get these chemical totes cleaned out, get these calves ready for this little cold spell. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the second thing today or not, but I've been having our Charolais bull with these two spring cows, and both their calves are probably 3 weeks old, 2-3 weeks old. And so what I need to get done is fix a little bit of fence so I can get this bull separated from them, because some cows start going into heat up to a month, sorry, after their baby, and I don't want those cows bred that quick. And so what I'm gonna do is get that fence put up either today or tomorrow, which I'm gonna video tomorrow. I don't work at my morning job tomorrow, so should be a long video tomorrow. Get a lot of stuff done, I hope. But we need to get that fence up so we can separate that bull and just let him have this front little 5 acres to himself, and then we're ready to turn them out with the cows. We'll turn them out. And so, give you guys kind of a tour of what we got real quick before we get started today. Sorry, it's gonna be some pretty bad sound is my guess. We probably won't do much talking and more just showing. So I need to get this one cleaned out. Windbreak blowing. Little bull calf. You get these cleaned right here. So stay tuned. So, as you can probably tell, it's windier and crap out. I'm only gonna clean out that first chemical tote. I forgot where that little bull calf is. I cleaned it out. I just put him in there 3 days ago. So his should be fine for a couple days. I don't know where my pitchfork's at, but we'll use this to get the hay out of there, get her cleaned out, let her dry for a little bit, and then put some hay in there, and the calf should be able to get in there at night. enough to my standards. I think it'll be good. I'll spray some disinfectant in there once it dries, then rehay it. What I'm doing now is these 2 wean calves over here that are getting big, we're gonna get their waters full. We got the hoses connected, we might as well. It's actually a pretty nice day temperature wise. It's 64 out, but it's just feels like it's blowing 60 mile an hour. You feel like you can't get anything done. Kind of depressing, but I'll get this finished and then I'll show you guys them calves and kind of what I've done with them and why I've moved them around the way I did. So I got my little smoky calf and these 2 black Angus heifers. All 3 are heifer calves. The reason I put this little smoky girl in with these 2 blacks is that bull calf over here, that colored one, he is a wild thing. The guy I bought him from, I probably should have, but he was one of those 2 and I really wanted those 2 little black heifers, so went ahead and took him. So what I did is I secluded him by himself in a small pen to where he has to be around me. He's in his tote right there. To where he has to be around me, kind of get him a little more used to me and my daughter and everybody and my wife. And so that's kind of the reasoning behind that. And that little smoky one's actually getting those 2 black ones a lot tamer. They're letting me actually feed them by hand. I've had to put them in the holder and their bottles in the holder. Sorry, you probably can't even hear me, but their bottles in the holder so they can drink, because they just run away when they get around me. But they're drinking out of my hand now, which is good. And so try not to complain too much. Those 3 are about probably 5 weeks old now, so 35-ish days, maybe 40, probably around 60 days. I'll wean them and kick them in with these 2, and kind of that is what I will do. Then I'll only be bottle feeding that little shark cross, and once, which I have a few more. I'm talking to people trying to get a few more, so hopefully try to keep about 4 on the bottle at all times, maybe a few more. What I thought I'd do next is show you my small animal auction finds. These finds, when I bought whatever, I actually bought both those 2 chemical totes right there from the small animal auction. So Ellis, the town that's 4 miles to the north of us, is every 3rd Sunday of every month. Not every month, about 6 months out of the year, during the spring, summer, and then into the fall a little bit. They host a small animal auction, and they also sell a lot of equipment as well in the mornings, and then animals in the afternoon. And I love going to it because a lot of people take a lot of good stuff to those animal auctions. And so I got those 2 totes for $5 a piece, and I thought it was a steal. And then there was these 2 feed bunks, really nicely made, really heavy. Nobody was bidding on them, so I put a bid in, and $15 for both of them. And so that's pretty dang cheap. Once I get these calves out on grass, I plan on putting one of these feed bunks out there. That's where I'll grain them at. I think it'll be a really good place and good thing for them, and I'll be able to get the use out of them. I mean, they're not rusted out or nothing, so it turns out to be a good little buy. But probably the thing I'm most excited about that I got bought was this little grain trailer, grain buggy, whatever you want to call it. It's old, but I got it bought right. I bought it for, you guys aren't gonna believe me on this, 225 bucks. It was a steal. This tire needs some work. It's an old buggy, but I don't know, I think it'll hold maybe a ton of grain. And kind of the reasoning for me buying it is with these bottle calves, I've been buying a lot of 50-pound bags of grain, and they're so expensive. Sorry, I'll come in here and talk real quick. The barn, they're $11, $12, $13 a bag for grain, and you put that into a conversation with buying it in bulk, you know, you might be able to save $500, you know, in 50-pound bags in just one haul, you know, a ton for a ton. And so that's kind of the reasoning behind buying it. And I can get the kind of grain I want, cracked corn. I can put distillers in it if I want to. And so I just think it's gonna work really good for us. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys today too, before I cut you off, and like I said, tomorrow will be a long video, is my wife had a wedding in Colorado. She did the hair and makeup for. That's what she does full time on the weekends. And so my daughter and I were home alone, and we went to the store to look for baby ducks and chickens. And as you guys, some of you may have seen in our recent, my last short, my daughter got some ducks and some chickens. 3 ducks, 4 chickens. We don't really need them, but you know, it's kind of fun to be able to do something with my little girl, and maybe this will be a memory she'll remember forever. And so her favorite number is 7. So she picked out 7 of them, 3 ducks, 4 chickens,